Well, good afternoon everyone, and I apologise that the lighting conditions are not the best. As you can see, British weather is reigning supreme. The bunnies have been out, hopped around and hopped straight back in. It's absolutely terrible weather, which is delaying painting the boat and getting on with other projects. So anyway, rest day 3 of 4, and I've got a load of domestic chores to do. But here are two loft sitters finally finished. These are the Dream Model UH-1Y Venom helicopters. Now the Venom is an interesting helicopter. It's the replacement for the Bell 212 in US Marine Corps service. Now the Malagasy forces that I've got, I model what if, have the AB 412. They do have some 212s, but they're pretty much a 412 fleet. Now the 412 is also known as the CH-146 in Canada, but these are the successor, the logical successor to both of those product lines. Now the Japanese Self-Defense Force is continuing with the 412 in its EP form, which is also a very good helicopter. And the 412 won't be finished in what if Malagasy service. It will go now to the Army Reserves. And the role of light helicopter will be taken over by the UH-1Y, which is a new and much better product improved helicopter. The UH-1Y is a really good machine. It features a underslung payload of up to 2.750 or 2,750 kilograms, which is a good payload for this helicopter. Now this helicopter is actually surprisingly large. It's a lot larger than the AB 412. It is effectively Super Puma size. And I was planning to go head to head on Super Pumas or the UH-1Y, but payload wise the Super Puma beats this. So the Super Puma will be staying as my medium helicopter. Now one of these is a saved model because I used the wrong exhaust suppressors. The kit comes with two because it comes with most of the parts to build the Zulu Cobra, and I used the wrong one, so I've had to do some putting and stuff. But the Dream Model is a lovely kit, if very expensive. Now, when I bought these two originally, I bought them years ago, they were at the full list price, which was about £38 then. You can find them now for £48, which I think is honestly a bit too much for what they are. And you can get them on the AliExpress for £22. Now, I do have two more to build, which are AliExpress ones, or have come from AliExpress, and they're £22 on AliExpress, so not a bad price. I do think 48 is too much. Now inside you get a photo etch cabin interior. The bits that you would expect to be plastic are photo etched. The seats are plastic. You do get some good decals, but of course I do mine as Malagasy What If Army. I also add the GPMGs on because bizarrely they don't come with the 50 cals. They do come with the rocket pods, but they don't come with the 50 cals. So again, £48 for something which doesn't come with the 50 cals, not ideal. The other thing is you cannot do the doors open unless you cut them back. And then if you're cutting them, you're going to damage this part of the fuselage here. So that's why they've got the closed doors. That's a real shame. And again, £48 for something where you can't open the door, less than ideal. Other than that, the detail is absolutely fantastic. I'm a what if builder, so I'm not really bothered about the decals and stuff like that. I've done this one with the red markings because it's A for Angie, the first one in the squadron of 9, and this is Holly, number H. Now they don't follow consecutively, so you can have W's and X's in squadrons, but these are the light helicopters which will be carrying the Malagasy Army through forward, hopefully for the next 20 to 30 years. Now the great thing about this helicopter is that it comes fully equipped with countermeasures and with exhaust suppression, and that's really good because a lot of the helicopters that would rival this model you have to add that on. If you're scratch building the AB412s, you have to add that on yourself, and they don't come with the exhaust suppressor. So the good thing with the Y model is that you get the exhaust suppressor, you get the chaff and flare, you get the missile alert warning systems. These are combat helicopters, and if you are going to ride into combat, you want all of that stuff. I've had to add that to my Puma fleet to keep it relevant. So let's talk about procurement and how I've made the decision for this one to be the new light helicopter. Well, defence procurement is an absolute mess in most Western countries. It's like ordering a pizza, then being told you can have the pizza with half the options for more money, and if you want it delivered on time, you have to pay more, and then it arrives late, cold, and then you have to pay more to get them to reheat it again. And then after they've reheated it and changed the toppings for you, then you're finally able to eat it probably 10 years after you bought it. And a Malagasy What If Prez can't stand that stuff. So he wants a helicopter which is proven, combat ready and good to go. And the Malagasy Defence Organisation has adopted this specification. So every requirement, like the light helicopter, medium heli, heavy heli, will have a baseline configuration, and therefore a commander taking troops into the field knows exactly what he's getting, or she is getting, or they are getting. So if you look at this, the baseline for this category of helicopter is 2 tons underslung payload. Yep, delivers that, delivers more. So you've got baseline, which is your basic requirement, and then you've got baseline plus, and the UH-1Y is really a baseline plus helicopter. So forward-looking infrared, yes and yes. Folding blades, yes. That's a really good thing for keeping its footprint small. Can it carry a section of 6 to 7 infantry in combat? My sections are 6 to 7. Yes, it can. Now, the AB412 really struggles with that in hot and high. The AB412s and the CH-146 have been limited to 4 in Afghanistan, which isn't very good. Countermeasures, yes, and exhaust suppressors, yes, so baseline plus. Weapons, not essential for this class of helicopter, but yes, baseline plus. Crash resistance, met. Night vision operations with night vision goggles, met. Twin engine, met. Winch. Now, regarding winches, I for many years wondered whether the UH-1Y could carry a winch, and it can. It's an internal rescue hoist which fits in here. I've done a separate post on that. So in the baseline configuration, no, it wouldn't carry it, but in baseline plus it would. So therefore, if you are a commander in the field and you're taking your helicopters, your officer in charge of sorting out the air battle, the air picture, will be able to know exactly what the helicopters are capable straight off. And these are baseline plus helicopters, so they meet or exceed all the requirements. The way that they exceed the payload requirements of the AB412 is through this 4-bladed large blade system. More powerful engines, better gearbox and an improved rotor blade. So way more capable in combat in the field than the AB412, and I think a worthy successor. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye.